And hello from all of us here at Julian Campbell Foundation, and happy World Mental Health Day. And the purpose of this video is to look at what we can do as parents to help the young people in our lives now coming towards the end of the year. And I'm speaking about here in Europe, and I'm going to speak about other countries as well, where, other countries such as Africa and Colombia, where they're coming to the end of the academic year. So they're in exam season now. But just starting from where we are at home in Europe, what can we do as parents to help our young people? Because now we started back at school, and like we're coming up to half term, and some of you might be might have young people or people close to you that are in their exam year, and just making sure that we really keep on top of that and help them manage their mental health and well-being. So it's really important, just remembering, it seems like basic things, but, young people that, sit down and you have meals around 4 or 5 times a week can be so beneficial for our young people. Beneficial in many ways. So, for example, it gives the young person an opportunity to talk about their day, to share what they're dealing with. They can talk about anything that happened, their relationships. They might have fallen out of relationships or friendships. But eating meals as a family gives them an opportunity to offload, evaluate the day, what was working, what wasn't working, what they're going to do tomorrow. And also as well, like research shows that children that sit down and have 4 or 5 meals as a family have better exam results. Also as well, it's cheaper for them to, for you to eat meals that have been made by yourself. It's 2 to 4 times more expensive if you go out and you have you buy a meal. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy a meal, but sometimes just having them involved in making the meal, if they're younger, they can make the salads. If they're older, they can make, certain parts of the meal, like the main course, the afters, or even the entree. And all of these things can be really great for a young person to feel more included in their family, for them to talk about things that they're dealing with. Also as well, making sure that there's no social media at the table, that there's no phones there, that you're checking up on social media. And this would be me and us as adults as well as the young people, because what we're doing, we're modeling our behavior. And if young people see that us as adults are there checking out our mobile phones, then they're going to do the same thing as well. It can increase levels of stress and anxiety to have the phone there, and to be messaging as well as eating meals. And and we want to provide an environment for our young people so we can have them feel that they're being listened to. This is really important, because there's so many times now when we're quite anxious about getting things done. And we'll be saying to a young person, have you done your homework? Have you made sure that you've done this, that, and the other? And sometimes it's really good to stop and listen. To what it is that they're dealing with, because then with your help and with the space that you're providing, then they can usually find the answer or a direction to go, rather than if they, taking some antidepressants or something like that. Personally, I'm not a fan. There's about 14 or 15 brands, and I think Prozac is the only one that's effective. And even that increases the tendency of suicidal thoughts, which isn't really good for our children. It's best that we listen to them and have them feel that they're being listened to. Hank, hi Hank, good points. Thanks for supporting World Mental Health Day. Thank you very much. Yeah, so all of these things are important. And I know that because we have busy lives, sometimes we can miss meals, and we don't have them as a family. And it is really important. And I know as well, like with social media, I know that we can't stop our young people from having, from using social media, but we can make sure that they're clued up. and and they know the dangers of speaking to somebody that they've never met, as opposed to, like when you're seeing somebody face to face is different to when they're online. So making sure that they're aware of all of those things as well is so important. And I'd say as well, just making sure that, and that would be us as well as adults, making sure that social media is switched off and not brought into the bedroom, because this does affect the quality of their sleep. And once this affects the quality of their sleep, we're talking about the quality of their mental health. And what we want are nice, calm young people, like really actively learning. Sheila, I can see the active listening. Yeah, that's it. It's really about listening to them and seeing what comes out of them, and being in their world and being in their space. And I know sometimes it can be difficult, to see a young person in your life going through something, going through a bit of hardship or struggling, and problem halved, a problem shared really is a problem halved. And just you listening to them can just take off so much of that weight. And and you'll find that they'll probably solve whatever it is that they're going through themselves. So we're talking about mobile phones, not bringing them in, because some of the young people that we've been working with, they will keep their laptops on, and they'll be watching films through the night, or they'll be doing something through the night. And it's difficult for them to engage when they're at school. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. What I am saying is that it's good to have a time, a cutoff that's early in, like mid-evening, I'd say about 8, 9 o'clock, to give them time just to kind of like unwind and have a nice deep sleep, so they're more productive during the day. I mean, we're talking about little habits like this that might add, like, a percentage extra, for each day that they're following these guidelines, instead of staying up all night and having early nights, and and revising in a smart way, doing active exercise as well. So making sure that young person in your life is doing some exercise, because government recommended guidelines say that it needs to be about 1 hour a day. And it doesn't have to be 1 hour at once. It could be, walking to the bus stop 10 minutes, and it could be accumulative through the day. And it's important to have this movement, this constant movement, because this actually is like a natural antidepressant. And that's what we want. We want our young people to be more active, because this natural antidepressant is going to be much better than taking these tablets with all of the side effects and the unfortunate impact that's there. So that's just a little bit about what we can be doing here. And I think that in the countries of Africa and Colombia, now at this time of year, they're coming up to the end of their academic year, and they're doing their exams, and it would be the same thing, making sure that we're eating at least 4 or 5 meals a week as a family, that we're speaking with and listening to them, and guiding them, because we're the role models for our young people, making sure that we're really, really listening to them, that we're in their world. So today we're celebrating World Mental Health Day. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you that are watching this video, and to all of the members of our teams in Colombia and in the USA, as well as in the UK, for giving of their time, for making a difference in the young people's lives, for transforming the lives of their families. And later this week, I think we're going to have like the Spanish speaking day on the Friday, and we'll be speaking with somebody, in the foundation, and a parent as well, so they can give their opinion or feedback on the impact that Julian Campbell Foundation has made on their lives. So thank you very much for watching this video. And if there's any comments or anything you'd like to hear more of, please do message me. And have a wonderful evening here in Europe, and have a wonderful day and afternoon in the Americas and America. So thank you very much, and we'll speak with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.